All right, so today's been a busy one. I haven't shot any real video content in a few days, so this may become a mashup of a few days. You're my snorkel buddy. Buddy. Luckily, I was able to find leverage in somebody else's skill set that could actually take the majority of the work that somebody else was doing, and they're actually more proficient. The results are becoming better, and I think it's actually going to streamline the system. I when I began building and we began hiring people, got really ambitious with hiring a lot of people and thinking that was going to be the answer. And what we found was that systems, not so much systems, but the processes in place would remain just the processes in place unless you had the right people who were interested in improving and constantly looking to grow and make everything easier, better, faster, more efficient. And that's a really difficult thing to do depending when you're obviously a small business. Not everybody has the same mindset. Not everybody's trying to improve the business and constantly make everything run smoother. Not everybody's after that. And a lot of people just want to come and they want to just do their job. And so, as we've, had employees leave or, we've let people go, we've found, areas where we could do more with less people. And, it's interesting when you figure it out, because, the first initial response is like, well, God, why didn't they see that? They could have done more with less, in less time. But that's also not the mentality of most employees, right? They aren't thinking of how to do more in less time. They're just looking to come and do their job and all that. So that's really difficult, right? I want somebody to have the same mindset I have, which is how to keep costs down, how to drive faster and more effective results, and all of those things. And it just doesn't happen that way. Not every employee is like that. They have different wants. So it's been very cool to see like what processes and just what systems, like we're already using some systems and software and things like that actually work really, really well. And then, when a gap is exposed because somebody leaves or there's, somebody gets fired, we, jump in and say, okay, well, what has been their workload? What does it look like? What's their output been? And then to find out that we could actually drastically improve the output. Drastically with very little additional workload essentially. And it's been unbelievable to watch how this has occurred. And now we can do more work than we've ever been able to do with less people, and the quality is getting even improving. So and that's allowed us to or allowed me to partner in and with one of my best friends and actually build another agency, which we'll talk more about at a later date. We're just beginning to put all the details in play, and we're getting websites built and all that stuff. So it's coming along, but it's allowed us to find the right processes, the right systems to make us execute and be able to perform better than we ever have, produce more results, produce more, just have more output that's more effective and provides better value. So I'm really excited about those things, although the process and the transition is often a little tedious. And so it's never the ideal situation to have to let somebody go or to have somebody leave. It's never the ideal situation, but really after you kind of filter through it all, it ends up being really a really positive thing most of the time. And so we're going through that right now. It's awesome. It's actually really awesome because I just found massive opportunity for one client in particular, that I think it just wasn't being recognized because I wasn't touching it. I didn't have my finger on it. And so now that I do, this is going to be pretty cool. So that's that. So, you know, I wanted to think of something that we could do to like really give some impact. And, you know, one of the things that I would say, I feel like I've said it plenty, but people aren't doing it. So it kind of makes me think maybe we need to talk about it a little more since nobody's doing it, is the leverage that having relationships with your followers on Instagram, like the leverage that creates is unbelievable. And so if you're not actually doing anything with your followers and you're not engaging with them and you're not spending time having, you know, some sort of a conversation, some sort of a dialogue, you're really missing out, because I'm telling you, this is it. Like, this is relationships. This is how relationships are built today, right? Like, we see each other's stuff, we share with one another, and then we communicate via comments and DMs and all these things. And, you know, we're getting business out of it. Like, we're actually getting deals, like, you know, like $100,000 deals out of Instagram. And so while you don't think that maybe putting up a post, a quote card, a picture of your kid, and somebody commenting and then just creating a dialogue and finding out in 2 weeks that you guys actually have some things in common, it's unbelievable the leverage that can be created. And so, you know, if you have downtime, if you're trying to build something and you're trying to hustle and do all these things, pay attention to what's right in front of you. You could build a relationship with the top 50 to 100 people that you follow that, you know, whether they follow you back or you're trying to get them to, you can start creating a dialogue through your comments and all of those things that can lead to business if that's what you're after. So, you know, start to leverage that relationship, because I'm telling you, it's deep, and you know, as a lot of, you know, these guys who are killing it and doing amazingly well, they always say, like, depth is better than width. And you know, it's something that I'm learning. It's frustrating because it takes time. So there is that element that you have to understand that it's going to take some time. And so you can't get impatient and want to push and ask all the time for business. But, you know, if you do the right thing, you take your time and you take care of the people who follow you, you know, there's value there. So that's my big thing right now. I feel like is working. Video, be consistent with posting, put out a lot of good content, share, and then comment and respond to people, DM people, respond to people's DMs. You know, obviously as you get going, you get a bunch of followers and you get into the thousands and stuff, you get a lot of DMs, people sending you messages. A lot of them are like kind of auto responses and things like that. But if you filter through those and you find good ones, I'm building relationships with 20, 30 people all the time. And so I think that it's something that in my mind is going to play out really, really well, really strong. And so, you know, it's something to pay attention to. So really kind of what's been going on right now is we've been building a second agency. And so we've got Media Over Media up and rocking. We've got clients. We've actually got a few on deck that are actually that are going to make us very, very busy. And at the same time, why not make myself busier? And we've actually been rolling out actually a second agency. So we have an entire separate business that we're building and rolling out. We'll do the servicing through Media Over Media, but it's a really unique opportunity. It's servicing a vertical that, you know, I have a passion for various reasons. My business partner in it as well. And it's a great opportunity, you know, not only for us, but for the clients that we're going to service. And it's going to be kick-ass. So we've, you know, it's funny, as I keep telling everybody to do video, talk about what's going on, you know, share your story, document, do all those things. We're starting to see the traction actually work, and we just got rolling. So, you know, I might have mentioned in a past video that we rolled out, you know, like Instagram and Facebook, and just, you know, just for this new agency, just to have it live, right? And put up a couple posts and do those things. we're actually getting slammed with new business. And so one of the things that actually I wanted to say that I thought was super interesting that I'm finding, because this second agency is, that we're building is it's basically in a market that's open to business, but it's a narrow channel. And so what I mean by that is it's not so much that it's overly specialized, but it's only going after a very narrow market. And so what I'm finding that does unbelievably well is it makes client acquisition way easier. And so it makes it obnoxiously easy to go find exactly who you're looking for, which, I mean, I kind of knew that, but what I'm getting at is it also increases your authority in that space. And authority is something that actually matters in all of business. And so, we're getting super close to making an announcement and beginning to do a rollout. So probably in the next vlog video that I put out, I'll start discussing, the name of that business and really what we've got going on. But it's I'm shocked at how powerful Instagram has been and what it's actually provided. We're getting a ton of leads out of Instagram. And we're not doing anything. We're not running any ads. But what we are doing is making ourselves known in that, again, that narrow channel. And we're starting to see some traction coming back. We're getting hit up every single day. Somebody's contacting us, or multiple leads are coming in. And for a business like ours in an agency where we, everything is so custom and all of the marketing plans and everything that we do are very, very custom. This is a great lead volume. We're having amazing lead flow. And then as we can see, we're starting to put the pitches together and do all that. The conversion on the backside of it's going to be impressive as well. So the sales process is always fun to me. The build process is always fun. And then we're rolling that right into the launch den. We've had some huge success. I'm pointing because the building is next door that we're renovating right now. And what they've done in there, they've gone through, they demoed it, and now they framed it, and it's coming around. Now I can actually really see what the whole building's going to look like, and it's actually pretty cool when we're walking through it and we're going, oh, okay, so this is what this room is going to look like. This is what this office is going to look like. This is what the our open workspace is going to look like, and I can actually get in there and I can walk through it and I can kind of get a feel for the amount of space that's in it. It's pretty fun. We're gonna do a full-scale launch here. I actually just went over, and one of the biggest things holding me up right now is the building, and I'm pointing, that means next door. It's 2 doors over. Is basically, I signed a lease on it in October of last year, and it was supposed to be finished by December 1st. If you know anything about commercial construction and stuff like that, nothing ever goes to plan. So they're full swing in framing right now. So they've demoed the whole place, knocked down a bunch of walls. I think they have one more wall to cut out, but then they're framing. And so I see them in there. They're actually working, which is good, because that's been a big problem, is actually seeing consistent work done. But that's actually looks like it's in full swing, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, but that's really a big thing that is to me is holding me up. It doesn't feel like just full on ready to offer everything that we're going to offer when the place that I need to be able to offer it isn't quite ready. And due to the fact that they've missed deadline after deadline after deadline, I just don't want to. I feel like I'm dragging my feet a little bit.